with over 20 years service in both the House of Representatives and the Senate. Senator Lawan represents Yobe North Senatorial District and is a member of the Presidential Advisory Council. Born in Yobe in 1959, Senator Lawan attended Government Secondary School, Gashua, and graduated from the University of Maiduguri in 1984 with a BSc Honours in Geography, before heading to the University of Cranfield, UK, where he earned an MSc in 1991 and a PhD in 1996 in Remote Sensing and Geographic Information Systems. Following 10 years as a lecturer and research fellow, Senator Lawan entered the political sphere in 1998 as a vice chairman of Yobe State chapter of the APP. In 1999, he served as the secretary of the electoral committee at the APP National Convention, Abuja. Later that year, Senator Ahmad Lawan was elected to the House of Representatives. After 8 years of service, he was elected Senator for Yobe North in 2007. Senator Lawan has performed with distinction in both legislative chambers, chairing several committees, including the House Committee on Agriculture, that's between 2003 and 2005, the House Committee on Education, between 2005 and 2007. He was Chairman Senate Committee on Public Accounts between 2007 and 2015. He was also Chairman Senate Committee on Defense between 2015 and 2017, and served as chairman of numerous Senate ad hoc committees, including the ad hoc committee on privatization. A believer in lifelong learning, Senator Lawan has attended advanced courses in a wide range of fields, such as Third Westminster Workshop on Public Accounts Committee, House of Parliament, London, Oxford Strategic Leadership Program, SAID Business School, University of Oxford, Professional Development course on the Canadian Taxation System, Carleton University, Managing Teams for Innovation and Success Programs, Stanford University School of Business, and so on. Senator Lawan has been conferred with several traditional titles, highly regarded by both his community and his country. In 2012, Senator Ahmad Lawan was awarded the national honor of Commander of the Order of Niger, CON. Senator Ahmad Lawan is Senate President, having been elected to the position on June 11, 2019. This award specifically recognizes Senator Ahmad Lawan for his legislative leadership in promoting the cause of good architecture, the role of architecture and urban design in post-conflict reconstruction, especially in the Northeast, as well as his concern for the negative impact of climate change, wax and substandard building materials in the building industry. I present to you Senator Ahmad Ibrahim Lawan.
Thank you, Honorary General Secretary. May I request that when His Excellency is making his response, the stage will be cleared, and everybody will kindly take their seats. We will come back again to take the photographs. And the event will not finish. We will have an interlude after this, because we are going to be admitting nearly 15 members, including the clerk of the National Assembly, to the revered class of fellowship of the Nigerian Institute of Architects. Your Excellency, sir, on behalf of the Executive Council and the entire membership of the Nigerian Institute of Architects, I have the special honor and privilege to present to you the Distinguished Service Award of the Nigerian Institute of Architects for your
background.
contribution to the development of architecture and our country, Nigeria. Congratulations.
Very distinguished senators and members of the House of Representatives present, our governors, my brothers, the governors of Borno and Taraba States, who are also fellow awardees. Congratulations. The other members of the leadership of the NIA, former presidents of the NIA, very distinguished participants, let me thank you, NIA, for finding me worthy of this award. I want on behalf of all the awardees express my gratitude to this very important institute. The architects are the designers of the world. You design to influence the physical environment. You create the world that we live in the best possible way for us to live well and live productively. As a parliamentarian, I find common grounds here. All of us in the parliament are also architects, but in a different way. I want to make reference to a remark by architect Gabriel Anu, my brother, when he said, the Senate listened to the people and reverts itself in tune with the mood of the nation. That is what architects do. They try to provide what their clients want. They also advise appropriately. As parliamentarians, we represent the people. And therefore, whatever we do when it comes to legislation, the people must be at the center of it. And our consideration must be to give the people what they want. And that's exactly what we did. And our belief is it will make the Nigerian democracy better and more regarded and trusted. I have come here with very distinguished senators, and I think one name was missing when the names of those who are here were called out. Senator Bello Mendia, representing the Senate South Senatorial District, is also with us. Please give him. And we have an array of professionals among the senators, and I'm sure those are the members of the National Assembly who may be here. I come from the land surveying staple, come remote sensing and GIS, but of course now more of a politician than a land surveyor or a remote sensing or geographic information system expert. But my training has helped me a lot, because when the land surveyors speak, I understand their language. When the surveyors generally speak, I understand their language, and so do the architects. When they speak, I understand their language, because the architects always lead the way. The engineer can hardly do anything until he gets the design. But I believe that the architects have not been given their rightful place. In the National Assembly, from this time on, you have distinguished architects. And our starting point will be that we look into possible legislations to actualize the dream of Mr. President of getting local content considered very, very well in Nigeria. My brother, the Governor of Borno State, alluded to it when he said we must utilize our indigenous professionals, and of course, we must also be creative enough, just like my brother, the Governor of Taraba State said, look into how to utilize our local materials. Certainly, Executive Order 5, which Mr. President signed, means a lot, and thus explains deeply the feelings of this administration, that our professionals here in Nigeria must be involved in everything that we do in this country as far as it is possible. We will insist on that. Incidentally, your president is a permanent secretary. So your first assignment, Mr. President, will be when you go to defend your budget before the committee on tertiary institutions and third one, your chairman is listening. You will come to us with very clearly defined provisions on how Nigerian architects and other Nigerian professionals will be included in participation in your projects. And we all know that Nigerian professionals are highly skilled, highly competent. They deserve to be involved not only in Nigerian environment, but in fact in any other environment outside of the country. We are proud of Nigerian professionals who have gone out to do so much, but they have left here. They studied here, they worked here, and when they went outside, they excelled. That's Nigeria, and not for those countries. So we want to see more and more participation of the Nigerian professionals, particularly our architects, in how we continue to build the modern Nigeria. I believe that the building collapse that we experience in our major cities particularly need the attention of the National Assembly. We must make it mandatory for certain procedures and processes to be respected and obeyed so that our buildings will not collapse easily. Probably we have been infiltrated by quacks, people who have no proper training in all these professions, whether architecture or surveying or building, and so on and so forth, and yet they participate in the building processes. We want to see how we can stop such people from participating in the building and construction industry. And this time around, we should be going for legislation so that appropriate incentives will be provided and also appropriate penalties will also be provided for failures or infractions of the law. Very distinguished audience, I want to conclude my remarks because I've taken long already, speaking as a politician, not as a precision person. I believe that Nigeria can do well with its indigenous professionals with cheaper and less resources. Given our challenges in revenue generation and collection, and the need to be prudent, to be efficient and effective in deployment of resources, we must look inwards. What one individual who comes from outside, calling himself or herself an architect from God knows which country, will collect would be enough to engage more of our indigenous architects and of course boost that professionalism that is required to be achieved through practice. So we are going to insist that this country does not use its resources by getting people from outside of this country for services that our professionals in Nigeria can give and give very well at a lesser cost. I want to once again appreciate the Nigerian Institute of Architects for this award, and once again on behalf of all the awardees, I want to thank you most sincerely and reiterate that here you have another architect who will be in the National Assembly to promote the interests of the Nigerian Institute of Architects. Thank you. God bless the Federal Government of Nigeria.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir.